Let's start off with probably a pretty logical question for you. First year in the league, everybody who plays a Wild Birdie will say things get a little bit easier as you move along. Game slows down a little bit for you. In terms of the specific things that you are asked to do a lot of, what do you notice coming a little bit easier? Where's your comfort most so on the ice if I'm watching just you play all the time?
I think, as the games go along and you get more time on the ice and time with the puck, it's just about consistency. There's a lot of plays where you'll make a play earlier in the year, you make maybe 1 out of 3 good plays, or you're doing the right things, having the right habits 1 out of 3 times, and as you go along, you do it more and more, and that's what really gets you more ice time and helps the team, is when you're consistent and everyone knows what they're going to get from you every night, and you want to bring that for yourself and for your teammates and for the staff. So that's something that I've really focused on, is being consistent at what I want to bring to the table and how I'm going to help the team.
Every player has a different skill set to some extent, so there's a crossover obviously with some of the things. For you, a couple of things that you say, if I'm going to have a spot in this lineup night in, night out, here are things that I have to do well.
Yeah, I think I have to be extremely physical in the D zone, in open ice. I want to make the other team's forwards. I want to make them scared to play against me, and make them question going into corners. I want to win battles, win puck possession, and then I want to be able to transition the puck from my stick to our forward stick so that we can go into offense and then be able to get up there, support the play, and hopefully contribute.
First year in the league, you're getting a chance to see all the various arenas. A couple of places that you really enjoyed playing, or even pick one, and just why.
Well, other than Sudbury, because nothing can compare, I'm gonna go.
Good answer.
I'm gonna go with, I really liked London, just because of the atmosphere and how packed that arena gets. We played there at 2 o'clock on a Sunday, and it was still extremely busy, and there's a lot of energy. So I'm gonna say that.
Okay. What are you most pleased with in terms of your play this year?
I think just carving out a role that I'm good at. So finding myself on the penalty kill, being able to contribute there, and then being able to contribute in the D zone and really helping be consistent and kind of trustworthy almost to the coaches and to my staff, that they know they can put me out there.
So at this point, it looks like you guys know pretty well where you're going to slot in playoff wise. Going to be tough to catch anybody ahead of you. You've got some nice cushion below you. Scott, I'm sure you want the team to be playing, though, really good hockey. How important is it that they are playing their best hockey of the year over the course of the next 4 to 5 games? Or are you still, do you still take advantage of the time to tinker with things a little bit?
Yeah, nothing's guaranteed for us yet, right? So I think our biggest message is playing every shift the right way. You can see tonight, take your foot off the gas, make plays that aren't predictable, ends up in the back of your net. So obviously 5-on-3 goal they got, it is what it is, and my rule is you should score in a 5-on-3 or you usually don't win the game. That's for us, or probably the other team as well. But for us, we got to play the game the right way. I don't think we are a team that can just change things. That's not in our DNA with the guys we have.
How close are they to playing the right way right now?
I think our first periods were really close. I think probably 5 or 6 of the last first periods are outstanding. So our biggest message is you got to do it for 60 minutes, right? You're going to play a really good hockey team if you get into the playoffs in the first round, and those mistakes are usually up in the back of the net, right? So just playing the right way, be predictable, rinse, repeat. It can be boring sometimes, but it can win you hockey games.
Speaking of winning hockey games, we were just chatting about the fact that since the trade deadline, I don't know that you guys have gone a week where you haven't won at least one game. Like, there's no extended losing streaks. You find a way to come out with a really good effort in at least one game out of every 2 or 3. What's the key to at least having that at a bare minimum, that you don't end up in that downward spiral where you're playing 4 or 5 games and it's just really not going well?
Yeah, I think we have a resilient group that wants to play for each other, and that's 20 guys, right? And no matter who's in, who's out, who's in net, I think guys believe in each other. And when someone's kind of not on the same page, that's usually when things don't go well. So, at the game in Saginaw, we were up 1-0 with 2 minutes left. We don't even get a point. Guys were pretty upset. Come out the next night, score 4 in the first period. So that's a good sign. Tonight as well, come out after a tough maybe third. Last game, come out with a great start again. So I think that's a credit to the whole group, from young to old. And I see Smitty sitting over there, and guys like him probably had 4 or 5 block shots in the third period, and you need that to win hockey games.
One last one for you. You talk about the young guys. these are important lessons. Getting in a situation where they're playing games late in the year that are still meaningful for you guys to secure a playoff spot, hopefully play some playoff games. What's the biggest, as a coach, what's the biggest importance? What do you like to see the players take away, the young players take away from those, getting a chance to play in those kind of games?
I think the only way you get better is playing minutes in those situations. And you see a guy like Bennett, I thought had a really good weekend. He's playing more minutes than he usually does. I think learning through video is important for our players, asking questions in different situations when they see them arise. I think just, again, you got to be predictable. Game of hockey can be very boring, but when you complicate the game of hockey, it's usually you complicate yourself, and then things don't go well. So I said just being predictable and making the easy plays.